What is good, you peasants? My name is JB, and I am here today with my week 2 game in the PCL. This week we're taking on Volzer Awesome / the 14th Doctor / Rick / this dude has way too many names. Just call him the mini-face god at this point. Jesus. I may or may not have gotten paid off by the Mafia to make that joke. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, you can see the team that we went over in yesterday's team builder over here on the above my logo. And you can see the 6 he ended up bringing. So he ended up bringing the Donphan, the Mew, Haxorus, Jolteon, Ninjask, and Tapu Bulu. Like I mentioned in my team builder, offensive Ninjask, pretty big threat. If it is just SD3 attacks, can put to some work depending on if it's Z-Dig or Z like Aerial Ace or whatever, Flying Z. Haxorus, big threat. It's a Haxorus. Mew, if he is Munium Z, could be a little bit scary. Less scary if he is just purely offensive, but yeah, it's Mew, definitely a threat. Bulu can do Bulu things. Mostly scared of like a Scarf set, maybe. Even though that doesn't really do much to my Venusaur at all. Donphan just Rock Spin, and then Jolteon kind of just sort of walled by me and Shao, unless he's like Hidden Power Ground or Power of Dig or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, going ahead and getting into the game, there is one thing I want to show you guys before the game. Just a nice little screenshot that Vol sent me for the game. He said, shit, forgot to change names from Showdown when I ginned. Disregard my names. So disregard my opponent's nicknames going in. Let's go ahead and get into the game. So again, disregard the nicknames. Anyway, so I'm just decided to lead off with my Mew and Shao, as it has a pretty free matchup against anything. It outspeeds anything then he could potentially be Scarfed, unless he's Scarfed Jolteon or Scarfed Ninjask, so I can pretty freely just get a U-turn off on something. He ends up leading off with the Donphan, which you can see is named Grassberry, so he nicknamed his mons after the sets they were, or items they had or whatever. So I just decided to U-turn out, breaking a Sturdy, which is fine with me. So I decided to go into Hydreigon here, as it was the best middle ground play. Didn't really want to go right into Venusaur on a thing nicknamed Grassberry, so even though he told me to disregard his nicknames, I'm playing a little bit iffy. Like I don't really trust that, and I don't want to go into my grass stuff if he's not land. So I decided to fire off a Dark Pulse, as it's again the best middle ground play. Doesn't allow in anything that really wants to take a hit, and it does do good damage. I didn't want to go for Draco, giving Bulu a free switch in, so that's why I decided to go for Dark Pulse. I see this knocks off, which is annoying, which means I can't live a potential dazzling meme from Mew, as he does go into the Bulu, but I make a pretty solid play. Just clicking Fire Blast as a hit everything else on his team. I didn't think he would sack his Donphan turn 2, so Fire Blast was a good play to hit everything on the team, and as you can see, he does go hard Bulu, and takes a ton from that. So, again, me being me, disregarding nicknames, I don't want to stay in and take a Scarf Superpower. So I switch on into Venusaur, as Venusaur, again, is my always switch into this thing. He can't touch me at all, especially if he is, Scarf. Who knows? But he's going to go back into Donphan, and with grassy terrain, plus, Mega Venusaur being Mega Venusaur, and Donphan also being at the range it is, which is under 50% at this point, he is in range of, terrain boosted Giga Drain, which I can freely just click against whatever. Blue's not going to really want to take terrain boosted Giga Drain. I'm not sure if it would have killed if he wanted to pivot back into that for whatever reason. His only other switch in would have been Ninjask or Haxorus, so he had ways to switch around this, but I guess he thought he would live, and I managed to take out the Donphan with the terrain boosted Giga Drain. Thanks for the terrain, buddy. So Donphan's gonna go down pretty early, so that's very nice. As you can see, he does bring out the Z-Dig, which is Ninjask, which again, I think I mentioned several times in my team builder, this thing is an absolute threat against me. SD3 attacks don't really have the best switch-ins for it outside of Lando T, which I do just decide to go hard into. We are special Lando T, with, I believe, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, something else in U-turn? I forget my moveset. It's been a few days, if you couldn't tell. But Sludge Wave is pretty free against this guy, so it actually does just set up the Sword Stance to +3, as I can 2-hit KO him with Sludge Wave. I have Grass Knot on the set. That's what it was. Sorry, I'm not smart. So I am able to just fire off a pretty dang safe Sludge Wave, 2-hit KOing this thing, which makes it less of a threat. He can't. The only way he can come on Lando T here is if he is Z Aerial Ace, which you do see he does go for the Dry Aerial Ace, and that actually just does a ton in and of itself. Like, my God, that did a lot. So I'm able to live it, thankfully, though, and fire off the Sludge Wave. getting rid of the threat, which was this Ninjask. Like I said, this thing was a humongous threat. So he's gonna bring in Mew, and not really having a safe switch into anything this wants to go for. I decided to just stay in with Lando, just sort of scout a set, see if he was, you know, actually a bulky defog variant. And you can see he's running speed for Landers at least, which is very common. The defensive U set on OU runs speed for Lando T most of the time. So yeah, I'm not really taking it into too much when, you know, he outspeeds me because with Ice Beam. So I bring in Empoleon as it doesn't care about anything that thing wants to go for, and I believe I actually just pulled a double out into Hydreigon. Not really sure why. I don't know why I wanted to take an Ice Beam. I guess I predicted him to do something else. I'm not really sure why I went into this thing, but I did it anyway. So he does bring in the Bulu, as I believe I overpredict and go into Venusaur. Well, I don't really overpredict so much as I don't want to take this potential superpower, and like I said, you know, always Venusaur just switches in on this thing. It doesn't care. Like, look at the superpower. That's gonna do nothing. However, I should have noticed if he was actually a Scarf set, that did even less. So something at this point in the game sort of ticks in my mind that, maybe he's lying about his nicknames. Maybe I just got really fucking baited. Oh well, we'll just keep going. So I decided to click Giga Drain as the safest play. It was a roll on Bulu potentially at that point, and again, it was my safest move to click against everything else wanting to come in. I could have gone for like Sludge Bomb or something, but it did more damage. Giga Drain obviously did more damage to Mew. I'm pretty sure Giga Drain even did more to like Haxorus at that point because of terrain, so whatever. So I can bring in Hydreigon on the Mew. Now, I didn't really think he would predict in front of my Venusaur, considering how much Giga Drain did. I didn't think he would want to risk like a roll there. So I thought, you know, switching in on the Psychic was a pretty safe play. I see he's going to bring in Bulu one more time, as this is the turn I overpredict and go for Dark Pulse. Wanting to potentially catch the Mew because that thing was a huge threat. But he does make the safe play and, you know, just goes into Bulu. And I could, you know, potentially killed him with this second Dark Pulse, but again, me being me, I don't want to take the superpower, and Venusaur being, you know, Venusaur still takes this thing on incredibly well. If you recall from my team builder, that Scarf Zen Headbutt was a 3-hit KO on Venusaur. You can see that Zen Headbutt did way more than a 3-hit KO. So, yeah, this is a banded Bulu, boys. Now, knowing that he is absolutely banded at this point, I can bring in Hydreigon as he's locked into Zen Headbutt, and I can, you know, he makes a good play doubling out into Mew on the Hydreigon switch, and I guess I just dared him to click Dazzling Gleam at this point, as he does, and kills my Hydreigon, unfortunately. I don't think I lived, even if I still had AV from that range. I don't think I still lived, so it's unfortunate, but I don't think it really mattered that I got knocked off, or, you know, what happened. Anyway, I can bring in Empoleon, which this thing can't touch at this point, and it's pretty a safe switch into it as long as he doesn't have Ice Beam, which he hasn't shown yet, but or Thunderbolt rather, not Ice Beam. I clicked Ice Beam this turn to finally kill the Bulu, but yeah, as long as Mew doesn't have Thunderbolt, I've seen its moveset and it can't really touch Empoleon, so I'm pretty safe bringing Empoleon in on Mew from, you know, here on out, or so I think. So he's gonna bring in, of course, the Jolteon, which was of course named Quick Feet because it's clearly Quick Feet, guys. It's so obviously Quick Feet. Oh my god, can't believe it. But I can bring in Venusaur here. I wanted to get a little bit of recovery. I could live a Specs Thunder, or I could live a not Thunderbolt. I didn't think he would go for Thunderbolt though. I thought he would go for like Hidden Power or something, or Shadow Ball or something, predicting Zero Aura. But he actually goes for the Synchronoise, predicting Zero Aura, which I can sort of respect. I respect, you know, the tech bringing Synchronoise for the Zero Aura, but I'm friends with Shayquaza, man. That's not new to me. I know about Synchronoise Jolteon. Come on now. I'm the one dude in the league you can't run Synchronoise against. Get that out of here. But I get the Giga Drain off on Mew again, which is gonna do some solid damage and get me off some recovery, which does put me out of range of Specs Thunderbolt from Jolteon, which is, you know, I got ahead of myself again. And I can just bring Empoleon in on Mew again and take absolutely nothing from that Psychic. And I believe I just fished for a Scald Run here, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what I do. We shall see. I'm getting ahead of myself again, but the train's giving me some nice recovery, which is always appreciated, especially when I'm going to be relying on my Empoleon to take hits from that thing. As he does bring back in the Jolteon, and I do just go for Scald, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just fire off Scald, fishing for a burn. If I get it, cool. If I don't, oh well, it's still, you know, solid damage. It's about 35-ish%, 40-ish%, somewhere in that genital area. So yeah, getting, you know, the leftovers plus Gassy Terrain, my Empoleon is now back to full. And I believe I go into Venusaur one more time on this, being able to live a Specs Thunderbolt. And, you know, firing off either a Giga Drain or a Leech Seed. Probably Giga Drain, that's pretty much, you know, the safest way to click at this point. And he does go for the Thunderbolt, which, he crits. It's unfortunate. I was obviously 2-hit KO'd from that range, but, again, I didn't really think he would click Thunderbolt with a Zeraora right there, so good on him, I guess. The crit didn't really matter because I was 2-hit KO'd anyway, so it's whatever. But I can bring in Dorian here now. Again, oh wait, not again. I'm going to be honest, that was a misclick. I did not want to go Zeraora there. I wanted to go hard into Mienshao and start spamming high jump kick because Mew is potentially in range from where it's at. And as you can see, it turned it out to be a fucking Scarf Mew. So, again, don't disregard his nicknames, guys. Don't fucking, you know, pay attention to those. But I can take the thing out with 2 Fire Punches. I wanted to go into Mienshao. If I went into Mienshao, I still had a chance to win. If I just started spamming high jump kick. Because I would still outspend this thing at +1, which as you can see, I do have to go for a close combat here because I couldn't switch hard into Mienshao because I needed a little bit of chip for high jump kick to be able to kill. So unfortunately, he does get off a free Dragon Dance, but I do get the chip I need for high jump kick, which, you know, is playing with fire because it's high jump kick. If he went for the second Dragon Dance here, though, I just took the L no matter what. But he does go for an Earthquake, finishing off my poor Zeraora RIP Dorian. Hashtag blame Dorian. Just RIP Dorian. I don't know why. Blame Dorian. There's no reason to blame Dorian. I guess blame Dorian for being in the wrong slot where I wanted Mienshao to be, so because I didn't click on Mienshao. But anyway, I can bring in Mienshao. If I hit high jump kick, I can still win this game. But, you know, I played it up because, you know, of course I miss. Of course I fucking miss. It's high jump kick. Why would I hit high jump kick? Because I need to hit. But Jolteon was in range. It was Specs. I kill Jolteon because reckless high jump kick. And I would have won the game if I hit, you know, that high jump kick. It is what it is. I can't be mad about losing a high jump kick. I decided to go Mienshao over Empoleon because this is a 63% chance to kill with this Earthquake versus only a 10% chance to miss high jump kick. So I was playing the odds. 30-ish% chance I live versus a 10% chance I miss. And I played the numbers, and unfortunately I missed and take a 2-0 L. So we do manage to lose week 2, which is super unfortunate. I don't like taking L's this early in the season. You guys know I usually get off to pretty good starts in leagues. So it's really annoying having a loss week 2, and I'm not really happy about it, but it is what it is. That's sort of been my saying, I guess. I say that a lot in my videos, I've noticed. I've been trying to stop, but I mean, I'm me, so I'm not really good at paying attention to things I say. But yeah, we do take an L to Vol, so go check him out in the description and leave some love over there, even though he fully admitting to scumbagging me to trick me with his nicknames. But whatever, we don't talk about that. It's fine. I don't care. Just like, don't, like, really, bro? But we're gonna leave that there, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you all for next week, week 3, when we take on Serene Grace, coach of the Chicago Shaman Sky, and I will see you all then. And yeah, peace out. Bye bye. I'm ending the video now.